While departing Finland, Biden nips a child's shoulder and says, "Creepiest moment yet." At the very end of his journey to Europe on Thursday, President Biden was seen making an unusual display of affection towards the little youngster, which infuriated his detractors with a creepy gesture. At Helsinki-Vantaan International Airport in Finland, Biden, 80, was bidding farewell to U.S. Embassy personnel and their families when he stopped in front of a mother and daughter. The young child was being held by her mother and was wearing a bright pink shirt. The Democrat moved up to her and began to playfully nibble on her shoulder. The little girl gave Biden a bit of side-eye as he stayed close and made funny faces at her. As the president went to give her a kiss on the temple, the youngster dramatically pulled away as her mom filmed the whole thing. Biden in Finland greeting a small child. Video of the interaction spread on Twitter Friday, with one user calling it Biden's creepiest moment yet with a child. One Twitter commentator, who said she was in the mom and grandma age range, admitted she had an urge to act similarly to the president whenever she sees a baby, but restrains herself because it's creepy. Another pointed out that the poor baby was creeped out. "All Biden has to do is not do this and he can't," Caleb Hull, a conservative operative, wrote on Twitter in 2019. Biden said he always tried to make a human connection wherever he went, but acknowledged that sometimes his gestures made people uncomfortable. That acknowledgement came after former Nevada lawmaker Lucy Flores claimed then Vice President Biden grabbed her by the shoulders and kissed her hair during a Las Vegas campaign event in 2014. Days later, after 3 more women accused him of inappropriate contact, Biden released a video in which he promised to be more mindful and respectful of people's personal space. The president also has a history of questionable comments toward girls and young women. In May 2021, for example, he caused outrage during an appearance at a Virginia military base by saying a little girl looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady with her legs crossed. That February, he told an Arizona nurse during a video conference that she looked like a freshman in college. Biden's Finland stop ended a 5-day trip to Europe, highlighted by the annual NATO summit in Vilnius, Lithuania. On Thursday, Biden authorized the U.S. military to deploy 3,000 reservists to Europe as Ukraine's counteroffensive against Russia grinds on. Biden declared while in Helsinki that Russian President Vladimir Putin had already lost the war and said there was no possibility of him winning. Also, during his time in Europe, the aging politician accidentally called Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky by Putin's name. In his latest gaffe, "Vladimir and I shouldn't be so familiar," Biden said during a press conference in the Lithuanian capital, appearing to catch himself seconds after the blunder. "Mr. Zelensky and I talked about the kind of guarantees we could make in the meantime when I was in Ukraine and when we met in other places," he corrected himself as he stood feet from the Ukrainian leader.